Okay, well, I'm going to get into this, and I'm going to put some cuts in where the red is, and I'm just going to Zeus that out. We'll straighten the metal, and then we'll put a new piece in. Okay, I'm going to get at it, and I'll be back. I need to take that one all the way to the top. Ding. There's my door lock. That wasn't doing anything anyways, so no loss there, really. Hold this bar up and pry it. Lower. Rework. Okay. Gotta take a hammer this in now, and then I can crack this lip afterwards. So that's what I think anyways. Dun dun dun. Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick before and after. Whoa. This thing is, that bright light's almost too much, isn't it? Is that better there? Okay, now I'm going to clean it up and we'll see how it looks after. Back in 5 minutes. There we go. So much brighter without all that rust. Some dents. I should really fix those dents before I paint it. But I did this side here. So the whole thing used to look like that. And now it's nice and bright. Well, the end of another day. I didn't film, it was a lot of the same stuff. I was stripping paint off the back. It's just so tedious to strip it down, but she's all down to bare metal now, and all the rust that was in there is now gone. And I got the dents out of the door, so the door is nice and straight now. I'm pleased about that. And then on the front here, it was so ugly before, but now it's all stripped off. I am going to fix that spot there before I paint it. A couple of marks where my high lift jack slammed into it, so I'll fix those. And then this side here has been all sanded down too, so it's nice and bright and white. That bottom door was replaced. That's all new. And aside from just killing I still got a couple grind out a few of these little spots here where the rust is. Each one of those little bum holes is a little counter spot. So I'll grind all that out so it's all bare metal. Same thing on these door panels here. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked. It was a pretty great day. Pretty great day. My little truck is coming along. It's gonna be ready for paint soon. I'm so stoked. And I was trying to do the front end, but all the rust was driving me crazy. So I ended up just sanding one little spot, and then that led into the whole thing. But it just looks so much better now that it's not all rusty. Like, look at how the box looked. That's like my whole truck almost looked like that. It looked just terrible. Well, it all looked like this. So from this to this, just much better, much better. Dun dun dun. Boom. Ugh. Hey, well, it's a new day out in the shop, and today's the day I'm getting at the steering. So I got to get the old steering off here. So I got a pry bar set up on that steering link there, and then the other end's down to my floor jack. And so I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure on this, and then I'll hit this knuckle. I'll hit this knuckle right here with a hammer. Well, where's my finger? Where are we? Oh yeah, so I'm going to hit it right here, and it'll just pop right out. I'll do the other side the same way, and this will be really quick and easy. Actually, maybe I am right here. Maybe I'll just give her a little whack whack. There it goes. That's all it took. Yep, that's free. So that's how I do those. Quick and painless. I'll do this other side now. Okay, so steering box and all that's all separated. And my old pitman arm and high steer kit is apart. I just took the pitman arm off here. There it is there. So basically where I'm at here is I flipped that steering around 180. Bloop. And now I'm gonna figure out what I gotta do to make it steer, being that it was a right-hand drive. The steering box obviously is on the wrong side, and so then the pitman arm would be on the wrong side as well. So I'm sort of hoping that I can keep with the old Toyota IFS box. It's already built and I've already designed it all, and so it would just be easier. And I don't know, it might be stronger. It's definitely a stronger pitman arm than this little bugger. That's just a puny little thing compared to what I got. And I'm really hoping that I can still use the Toyota IFS box. Ideally, it would be nice if I could. I think they're just a little bit stronger box. And the other thing is that I've already built that one, so I know it works. I know what its weak point is. I'm hoping to correct that, but for now, I know what it is and I know how it works. So I'm gonna try and put it back together the way it was, except for with these new diffs. So I'm gonna work on that right now, and I'm gonna put these tie rods back in, see where it lines up, and what I got to do. Okay, I'll be back in a bit with progress. So it's so close to working. This bar that goes down at an angle, that one is a little bit too short. it should have a little bit of a bend and then up, and it needs to be about 3 inches longer. Yeah, 3 or 4 inches longer. I'm going to do that math. And then where it goes into the pitman arm, it's not quite the right size hole. Like on this one here, where are we? On this one, this hole is a little bit bigger than the one off of the Toyota. So, I'll drill that out. I'll get a reamer. I've got lots of meat on this big, on the big tie rod or pitman arm. There's lots of meat. I can just drill it out that little bit that I need to make it fit, and then I just need to make that one steering bar, and then that's it. Steering will be back together. I'm pretty pleased. That's pretty awesome. So I'm going to take this apart and figure out what I got to do to make that steering bar work out, or figure out a different year model, one that'll work. I'll figure it out. That's next. Okay, so I figured this out that if I just drill this out, my pitman arm, so that it fits this, it doesn't quite go. It's really close though, so like just the tiniest amount of reaming, and then that'll go on there. So that'll connect my steering arm to my actual steering box. And then this is the steering arm here for the Jeep, but these ends are not adjustable. So if you blow this thing out, I guess you replace that whole damn arm. So I gotta find a better solution to that. That's gonna suck, because I have to heat this up and bend it, and then put another offset there, so that it kicks up and then flattens out to just to gain me some height. And I'm going to extend it by about 4 inches as well. That'll give me the extra throw I need. Yeah, I really wish these ends here were replaceable. They suck. They suck. Like the Toyota, the ones on all my Toyota stuff are where are they? Oh, they're over here. Like every oh, there's a rag over it, protecting the threads. Every joint is adjustable. So I'm gonna have to come up with a plan here for this. Like it's just not ideal, I guess is the right. Yeah, it's just not ideal. I don't like that steering bar. I don't like it at all. So I'm gonna figure out my options. Then I'm gonna build something and put it in there, because I need this truck. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go online and look at what parts will match or get me close, and if not, I'm gonna just start modifying this stuff. Okay, so this tie rod doesn't quite fit in here. It's so close, but not quite. So I'm just gonna use this reamer and just shave it out that hair that I need. And then my steering box and all that will work. And then it's just connecting the two together. Hey, I'm just stoked. We got steering in the goat today. So it actually wasn't that hard. I just had to here, I'll get the goat in the picture here. So basically I had to re-drill the pitman arm, so it had a different taper, made it a little bit bigger so that the U-joint from the Jeep would fit in, or tie rod I mean, sorry. And then yeah, just switched everything over, drilled that, and then I had to lengthen the bar that, I guess it would be the drag link, or the tie rod, the actual tie rod. I had to lengthen it and give it a bend. But it worked out really good. And so tomorrow will be drive shafts. I'll get those drive shafts done tomorrow, I think. And then we're just down to U-bolts and brakes, I think. Yeah, U-bolts and brakes. I'm getting there. This thing should be back on the road soon. Oh, and I did a bunch of the bodywork too on it. So it doesn't look so homely. Here, I'll show you. So that door doesn't have that big ugly dent in it anymore. The front's been cleaned up. And this door over here, that one's the rust hole's gone. And all the rust off the side's gone. So we're getting there, we got a lot done. Yeah, just day by day I keep chewing at this thing. It's so much work to redo a truck. But this is the way to do it if you want to keep one alive. Okay, tomorrow's going to be drive shaft day. I'm pretty pleased. Okay, take care, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Drive shaft day. So here's the stock drive shaft. There's the weld. I don't know if you see that big bump on there. So that's just a roll weld. There's nothing fancy about that. It's just wrapped around there. Like, it's pretty clean. They did a nice job. They ground a little flat spot off there, so they rolled that in two positions by the looks of it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to cut exactly center of the weld here, all the way around this thing, and we want this flange. And then we're going to cut the Toyota drive shaft, and we're going to weld this flange onto it. So I'm going to reclaim this flange really quick, and I'll show you what it looks like after it's reclaimed. Okay, so a drive shaft is really thin material. So we're just going to do a real thin cut, like just nick it. On fire. That's why welders' clothes are always ruined. A bit at a time. Be patient with it. And there it is. So we want this part. That's going to get welded into our new drive shaft. And this part here will basically go in the scrap bin. See, so these drive shafts are pretty thin. This one's a little bit thicker than the Toyotas, but not by much. And I noticed there's no cardboard in this one. A lot of drive shafts have cardboard inside them. I think it helps reduce the vibration. Okay, so now I'm going to take apart the other drive shaft, and then I'll figure out the math, and then I'll put them together. Okay, so this is with the U-joint pressed in. Now, it wasn't quite 100% perfect. So I tried different welding wire, and I just wrapped it around that thing. And I tried a 045 wire, and it was too much. It wouldn't fit in there. And then I tried a 023 welding wire, and it was the exact perfect shim where you have to like tap it in. You have to like screw the wire in, and then you have to tap it. It's like, it's perfect as what came out. So that'll weld up just fine. So now I just got to square this all off, and I haven't figured out this length. I just wanted to find out if this was going to work first. And now that I know it does, yeah, I'll have a rear drive shaft by this afternoon for sure. And then I'll be on to the front. So I'm going to do a little bit of math, figure out where that needs to be, and then I'll weld it. That'll be it. Oh, I get to use my lathe. I don't get to use this thing very often, but this thing's like 140 years old, and still just does what it needs to do. It's pretty good. Sweet. There, this old lathe is about 140 years old. Still has the original leather belt on it. So there's my drive shaft. That's been true enough for what we're gonna need. As true as this side. Okay, so now I just got to fit the end on, and then we'll square it up in there. We'll use that lathe base to do it, and then get some tacks in, and then weld it. Okay, so there's the rear drive shaft is in. So I got to finish welding it out. I'll do that tomorrow. And then tomorrow will be for front drive shaft. So I think for tonight I'm gonna call it. It's another friggin' blizzard outside. We have had so much snow here this year. It's just astounding. Yeah, it's amazing. Check this out. I'll show you guys. There's a forklift and a Jeep, or what's left of them. Like, it's deep. So, yuck. I don't really want any part of that. We'll just close that back up. Yeah, so I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go do some editing, and I'll be back at it tomorrow. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.